Okay, let's look at this question. It's the fertilizer question from November 2014. If we have a look at this question, we can see we've got the Haber process and the Ostwald process, and they are giving us fertilizer Q. So before we do anything here, what do we think is fertilizer Q? What would we think it's going to be? So if you have a look here, we've got the Haber process. What does the Haber process give us? It gives us ammonia. What does the Ostwald process give us? Remember, we've got three processes: the Haber, the contact, and the Ostwald. The Haber process gives us ammonia. The contact process gives us sulfuric acid, and the Ostwald process gives us nitric acid, or HNO3. So what happens if we mix ammonia and nitric acid? We end up with ammonium nitrate. Okay, so my guess is fertilizer Q is ammonium nitrate. So it says to you 10.1.1, write down the names or formulae of the reactants used in the Haber process. You have to learn this. You mix nitrogen and hydrogen to make ammonia in the Haber process. So those are their names, and they are diatomic molecules, so they are N2 and H2 if you want their formula. Now it says to you, write a balanced equation for the formation of fertilizer Q. Okay, so what you should do here, if you're not too sure what's going on, you know product A is ammonia, and then product B, hopefully you know the Ostwald process is giving you nitric acid. So you, from the question, you get your reactants, and then our product is fertilizer Q is ammonium nitrate, and in actual fact this equation is balanced all by itself. If you check out all the atoms, we don't have to do anything, so we can get our 3 marks just without even trying to balance it. Now it says to you, the diagram shows a bag of NPK fertilizer. Calculate the mass of nitrogen in the bag. So on the bag, the first thing we must look at, it's a 20 kilo bag, but it's only 36% fertilizer. Okay, so my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say how much fertilizer in the bag of all of the fertilizers, yes, of the N, the P, and the K. So what is the mass of the fertilizer in the bag? It is going to be 36%, because remember that number in brackets is the percentage purity. It's going to be 36% of 20 kilograms. So 36% of 20 kilograms is 7,2 kilograms. So that's how much fertilizer we've got. Now, of that fertilizer, we have an NPK ratio. N is to P is to K. Of 3 is to 1 is to 5. So the total of my ratio is 3 plus 1 plus 5, which is 9. So that's the total amount of the elements in the bag is 9 parts. Okay, and then what is the ratio for the N only? It is 3/9. So the mass of nitrogen is going to be 3/9 times the mass of the fertilizer, which is 7,2, and if you put that in your calculator, it's a third of 72, 2,4 kilograms. So there are 2,4 kilograms of nitrogen in this whole bag. So remember, first of all, you calculate the mass of fertilizer in the bag out based on the whole mass of the bag, and then you calculate what is the ratio of the nitrogen in the NPK.